live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
We have a lot of good memories, a lot of fishing memories, a lot of vacations, just all around, just amazing.
A Durand family mourns the loss of a loved one. The victim was killed on a Winnebago County road by another driver who police say wanted to die.
The Illinois House votes to kick 9 Republicans out of the chamber today when they refused to wear a mask. Arguments centered around COVID protocols to public safety and crime.
Hello everyone, Scott Leber here with you from the All-Star City, Cleveland, Ohio, where the NBA All-Star Game will be played this weekend. The festivities with Fred Van Vliet and company will begin tomorrow night, but our coverage begins tonight right here on WTVO and on Fox 39.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. A suspected murder-suicide leaves an innocent bystander dead. Yesterday, we told you about a woman who was found dead in the Chicago suburbs Tuesday. Her boyfriend died in a head-on crash in Rockton the day before.
That crash also killed the other driver, a Durand man who didn't even know the couple. Rachel Perry spoke with the victim's family, and Rachel, they're in shock.
That's right, Mimi and Eric. They tell me losing him feels unfair, saying he didn't deserve this, and are now remembering him for the laughs and smiles he brought to so many.
He was the funnest dad ever. I literally could not ask for a more fun dad.
He always wanted to be there for me, always pushed me to do my best.
There are hundreds of memories and stories of Ron Reed.
Always telling me he loves me. We're always together.
But family and friends tell me there's not just one that could capture the 53-year-old Durand man.
Everybody loved Ron. He was an amazing man.
Ron was driving his Dodge Ram Monday morning when officials say a gray Ford Focus collided head-on into him near the intersection of Bates Road and Freeport Road. Both men were pronounced dead at the scene. Ron's friends tell me they don't understand why he died.
I just knew that if I ever needed something during my darkest hours, he was always there to shine that light and push me forward.
One writing, it's already an open wound for all of us. This just adds an element of anger and helplessness to it. Completely senseless. But now his children hope to keep his memory alive.
The guy that always wanted to help out and just make a positive impact.
And I remember, although he'd catch the most fish, I'd catch the biggest ones. And he would just get so mad at me.
Ron was an Army veteran and served in Desert Storm. Friends tell me he was an amazing father and friend, saying he would give you the shirt off his back. Eric?
Thanks for sharing their story with us, Rachel. Tutoring sessions are interrupted when a car comes crashing through a Rockford business. First responders were called after a green Kia drove into the Huntington Learning Center on Newtown Plaza. At least one other car was damaged along the way. This happened around 1 this afternoon. Investigators have not released any details about the crash other than that everyone is okay.
Mask debates lead to a number of Illinois state representatives being forced out of the current session. The House voted to remove 9 lawmakers, including Rockford's Joe Sosnowski and Freeport's Andrew Chesney, for not wearing masks. All but one Republican complied. Instead of physically removing her, the House considered shutting off her voting switch. The fight over masks and public health spilled over into a debate about the root causes of crime and public safety.
Mind your own business, mitigate your own risk.
Every minute that we're wasting talking to you all while you're over there whining about a mask, those people are still suffering and they need our help. So do your job and comply with the rules in this house. If not, go remote. Simple.
After the mask martyrdom and obstruction came to a close, the House voted to appoint a legislative inspector general, a watchdog to investigate bad behavior.
You might have woken up to a light layer of snow today that is nothing compared to some of the counties to our south.
Now let's check back in with Candace. It looks like the storm just missed the state line again.
Yeah, you know, that heaviest snowfall, you go a little bit more than an hour and a half down to either the south or the east, and we're talking near blizzard-like conditions. For us, we have had some snow come down, a dusting in most spots, a little more steadier snowfall. Wanted to give you a vantage point here with our Mercy House SkyTrack camera out in Rockford. Visibility improving quite a bit from what it was just a couple hours ago. Same thing down in Rochelle. Visibility was down just a bit, but we can actually see now some light on the horizon. You go out to the east in Chicago. This is the Chicago skyline. You can't see anything as that snow is really coming down near blizzard-like conditions. Now, we still do have a winter weather advisory that goes until 7 o'clock for the counties of Lee and DeKalb as that heavier snowfall kind of works a little bit further off to our east. So once again, a lot of that heavy snow really bypassing us to our south. There is still some steady snow, and there has been actually some snow accumulations across portions of southern DeKalb and Lee County. That's actually where we had a little more moderate snow come down throughout the afternoon. Just as we had kind of talked about yesterday, those locations picking up on some of those higher snowfall totals. But within the next hour and a half, most of that is out of here. A lot of the wind, too, will stay with us, although the wind does lighten up a little bit for tonight. So to our south, not necessarily here in Rockford, but for areas to the south that had a little more snow, some blowing snow because the wind is actually going to pick up once we get into tonight and then early tomorrow as well. It gets a little more active going into next week, and we've got a chill for the weekend. I highlight all of that coming up here in the full forecast a little later.
All right, thanks, Candace. We'll see you in a few. A new partnership gives local college students a foot in the door for their future careers. 10 Rock Valley College students have been named AAR Corp Fellows. They're all part of RVC's Aviation Maintenance Technology Department. On top of hands-on training and mentoring, AAR is providing those students with scholarships. In exchange, the students agree to work for the company for at least 2 years.
It's allowed these students to come in and be able to leave Rock Valley College with credentials that they can go anywhere with, a job coming right out of school, and coming out of school with no debt. All of their bills have been paid for through this program.
This is the first year for the program. You can learn more about the partnership by finding this story on the My State Line app.
It may be cold and snowy outside now, but summer will be here before you know it. And if you need a seasonal job, consider a local attraction. Hurricane Harbor is looking for summer employees. A hiring event is set for March 6th at the Tabala Event Center on Newburgh Road in Rockford. Open positions include aquatics, food, guest relations, and security. Applicants need to bring their social security card and valid ID. Employees get perks, including free admission to the water park.
It's been fun for all of us watching Fred Van Vliet's basketball career soar, and this weekend it reaches a new height.
The Rockford native and Auburn graduate will be in Cleveland to participate in the NBA All-Star Game. Our Scott Leber is already in Cleveland. He joins us with more.
Cleveland is home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It is a Browns town, and it's the home of the Indians, now Guardians. And Cubs fans know it best as the place where the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. But this weekend, Cleveland, the land, or CLE as they like to call it now, is the home of the NBA All-Star Game and All-Star Weekend. The All-Stars haven't arrived here yet. They will start arriving here tomorrow, including our own Fred Van Vliet, who will, of course, compete in the three-point shootout Saturday night during the All-Star Saturday festivities, and then Fred will suit up for Team LeBron in the NBA All-Star Game Sunday night. It is, of course, Fred's first All-Star selection. He's very excited about that. What a story he is, going from undrafted out of Wichita State to now one of the best players in the NBA. This will be the third time Cleveland has hosted the NBA All-Star Game and the first time in 25 years. The last time a rookie by the name of Kobe Bryant suited up. That's how long it's been since they've had the All-Star Game here in Cleveland. But they are excited about it because, hey, their Cavaliers are on the rise. They've got some All-Stars here. And, of course, we got some Chicago Bulls here as well this weekend, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. But we're all interested in Fred Van Vliet, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'll have it covered throughout the weekend right here. For now, guys, I'll send it back to you at the station from the All-Star City in Cleveland.
It's going to be an exciting weekend.
It already feels exciting. Just catch that from Scott's report just now. Catching a Rockford Symphony Orchestra show just got a little easier.
Coming up, concert recordings are a treat for fans and a helpful tool to the organization.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Music fans can now get a front row seat to see the Rockford Symphony Orchestra without dealing with the crowds.
The RSO says many of its fans are still nervous about leaving the house, even with the orchestra's COVID protocols in place. So the organization came up with a solution. You can buy digital files of performances for $10 a piece or $90 for the whole 2022 season. The videos will also help the RSO make a big decision at the end of the season.
We are recording them so we can go back and review all of those concerts and make sure that when we are selecting the one person to be our next music director, that we've got all of the information we need to do so.
Performances will be available on the digital stage 2 weeks after the live show. Streaming the concerts at home means you can enjoy a treat while you listen, maybe a cup of coffee.
Blue Collar Coffee Company in Beloit wants to be a positive light in the community. The shop partnered up with Todd Elementary School this week to spread joy. Plain old coffee sleeves were decorated by students. Then today, the works of art went out to unsuspecting customers for Random Acts of Kindness Day.
We knew National Random Acts of Kindness Day was coming up, so we wanted to do something special for the community. A lot of people think they're really cute and they smile, obviously. But yeah, it just generally brightens their day just a little bit.
Blue Collar Coffee also offers a pay it forward wall where customers can purchase a drink ahead of time for friends, family, or a stranger to redeem later.
Most of our viewing area is out of the woods when it comes to seeing any major snowfall tonight.
The real threat now is the cold. Candace has details on the frigid temperatures coming up after the break.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, after it got a little icy there late last night and early this morning, things have been fairly quiet, but that low pressure system moving into southern Illinois brought us our light snow. By far, we missed a lot of that heavier snowfall falling just to our south and to our east. Lee and DeKalb counties placed back under that winter weather advisory, as there's been actually some steady snow that's been coming down to the south there and along that Interstate 88 corridor. Most of this now is starting to wind down, and we will continue to see this press from west to east as we go through the rest of this evening. Still some steady snow, though, once you look a little bit further south there of Rochelle, getting out towards Paw Paw, central, southern DeKalb County, but you look a little bit further to our south and east, and really that heavy snow, and there is some really heavy snow, kind of this banding of snow that's setting up right through the heart of downtown Chicago and stretching down through central Illinois. It is a mess down there. Actually, there's been quite a few issues on the interstates. Now, just a couple hours ago, our view with our Mercy House Skytrack camera in Rochelle looking to the northwest. Here's Interstate 88. You see a snowplow there. Actually, visibility was down a bit as we had a little more steady snow come down, but you notice not really accumulating a lot there on the ground. Things for us are going to be quiet. Now, I showed you this earlier. This is the Chicago skyline, one of our cameras out in Chicago. You can't see anything out there as that heavy snow continues to come through. Same thing a little bit further down to the south. This is our camera in East Peoria. Visibility falling too. And this is the same area that dealt with that heavy snowfall and that winter storm just a couple weeks ago. You go a little bit further to the south, and again, some heavy snow. This is down in Champaign. So once again, that major snow bypassing us just a couple of hours to our south and east. Now, visibility is falling in some spots. I am going to see that improve a little bit here from Rochelle, DeKalb, and again, where we have some of that snow coming down, impacting, I should say, mostly our southeastern counties. Winds are still a little on the blustery side from the north and now northwest. With that northwest shift in the wind direction, that'll continue to help bring temperatures down. We're already down to 15 in Galena. You're 19 there in Freeport, 21 in Rockford, but our wind chill numbers are down in the single digits, so it is going to get cold for tonight. Good news, wind does lighten up because we have high pressure moving in. So notice by 6:30, 7 o'clock, a lot of that snow is moving out. As we get a little bit further into the evening, the winds will continue to subside. High pressure settles in overhead. This will help clear us out as we go into Friday morning. Friday afternoon, winds will shift back around to the southwest. Wind will pick up tomorrow. That brings our temperature back up near 30 for tomorrow afternoon. There is a quick moving cold front that comes in from the northwest. This could give us a quick shot of a couple of flurries, maybe some light snow as we get to about 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. This is a quick hitter, but we could see a quick dusting or two of that here as we go through tomorrow evening. Then we do quiet down. Notice temperatures dropping as we get into Saturday. Saturday going to be a cool day. Now, I mentioned those winds. Winds tomorrow will be gusting close to 35, 40 miles per hour towards tomorrow evening. Temperature in the upper 20s towards the afternoon. Guys, we're down to 8 Friday night. From 24 on Saturday to 47 there on Friday. Watching next week, could get a little icy Monday night into Tuesday.
And those above freezing temperatures do not stick around very long.
No, they don't seem to.
Thanks, Candace.
David Greenberg's in next with sports.
We'll hear more from Scott Leber, who brings us a further preview of the weekend's All-Star festivities.
Now sports with David Greenberg.
There's a few final NBA games tonight before the All-Star break, but we're not focusing too much on them. We're looking ahead to the weekend. As we saw earlier in the news, our very own Scott Leber's in Cleveland covering the action all weekend for us, specifically keeping an eye on the hometown favorite, Fred VanVleet. Things will really start ramping up tomorrow. Scott has more from the CLE. Hey, David, and coming to you from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in the Rock and Roll City, Cleveland, Ohio. But this weekend, there will be lots of rock and roll music going on for sure, but it's all about the NBA and the NBA All-Star Game here this weekend and the NBA All-Star festivities. And, of course, our own Fred VanVleet, who we're all so excited to know that he has finally reached that All-Star status. He, of course, was selected by the coaches to participate in this All-Star Game, and I know he considers that a great honor that the coaches think so highly of him. Now, Fred and the other All-Stars are expected to arrive here tomorrow afternoon. They won't have their first practice until Saturday afternoon, and their first media availability will be at that time. But the question with Fred is his health. All right, he did not play in the Raptors' last game Wednesday night because of a sore knee. He's been bothered by that knee now for really a month. He's also had a groin issue. But you can be sure if there's any way that he can participate this weekend, he will. He's not about to pass up this opportunity of a lifetime. Who knows if he'll get another shot to play in the All-Star Game. Of course, in Rockford, we all know who Fred VanVleet is, but how well do the folks here in Cleveland know Fred VanVleet? We're going to get the answer to that question tonight at 10 o'clock. For now, reporting from Cleveland and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the NBA All-Star City, I'm Scott Leber. David, back to you. Thanks, Scott. Looking forward to that later tonight. As a reminder to all of you, Scott's going to be in Cleveland throughout the weekend, so be sure to follow closely to us here at Eyewitness News. That's sports, so be right back.
Candace will have another look at that chilly forecast in just a moment.
First, here's Leland Vittert with a News Nation preview.
Tonight, the former Supreme Allied Commander of NATO joins me to explain what will tell him Vladimir Putin is ready to invade Ukraine, plus why Saudi Arabia is trying to poach PGA players and the big money they're offering. That's On Balance. Here's Dan.
Thanks, Leland. Tonight on Dan Abrams Live on News Nation.
A former RNC chairman joins us live to tell us why he is so angry at today's RNC.
That's tonight on Dan Abrams Live.
That's all coming up on the fastest growing cable news network in America. Catch News Nation on any of these cable or satellite stations. NewsNation.com is your online option.
Candace is back now, and all that snow that, like, the Chicago area is just getting pounded, aren't they?
And it's not that they're getting a ton of snow, it's the wind that's coming down. They've got blizzard-like conditions. I've seen some totals anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches so far, but it's hard to measure because they're getting snowfall rates out east and south, 1 to 2 inches per hour.
Oh, wow, that really adds up.
That is a lot of snow coming down in a short amount of time. The First Warn interactive radar shows all of that. Our southern counties actually picked up on some snow accumulations there. You got to watch next week, could get a little messy.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.